Welcome everybody. Today we're going to talk about happiness. See, we all want to be happy, right? We all want to do things that make us happy. But the thing is, happiness is something internal, not external. Let me explain with a story. See, this kid, long time ago, he had everything. His parents gave him everything you can imagine. Parents gave him food, money, a great place to live. But this kid was not happy. So he decided he wanted to take the other route. So he gives up everything, food, money, everything, takes a life of poverty, and he was more happier being poor. You know whose story is that? Gautam Buddha. He took a life of poverty and he was happier. How was that? He was happier because happiness is something internal. See, a lot of people think that the other person is supposed to make you happy. Your partner is supposed to make you happy. The world's supposed to make you happy. That's simply not the case. You are supposed to make you happy. Nobody else. See, other people make you smile, but nobody can make you happy. So let's get started with 3 simple things you can do today to make you happy. So the first thing I want to talk to you about is happiness is your privilege. Is literally your privilege. See, happiness is all about your mindset. It's how you think, and how you think is how you feel. Your thoughts are directly related to what you feel and how you do and what you do. So it's very important to start changing your thinking. See, think about this. Happiness is an experience that was given to you, nobody else. This life was given to you, nobody else. There's no second chances. This is your life. So think about that. It's your life. Happiness is your privilege. See, a lot of times, people tell us, oh, you got to have goals. In a book called Flow, Milhai talks about that you have to have goals that stretch you a little bit to be happy. But there's one thing that people miss in that book, that he focuses on the journey. See, a lot of people just thinking about the end goal. Oh, I'll be happy when I retire. Oh, I'll be happy when I get this job. I'll be happy when I do A, B, and C. The truth is, be happy in the moment. It's not about the end goal. Just think about it in your past. So many things you achieved, but then you set a new goal and you weren't happier. Because why? Because your sight was set on the end goal, not the journey. See, life is a journey. It's about the journey, not the end goal. See, end goal is death. There's nothing to be happy about that, but it's the journey that you can be happy about that can change your life. And as I talked about earlier, see, happiness is something internal. It comes from you, nobody else. So you have to be happy internally. Nobody else can make you happy. Other people can make you smile, but nobody else can make you happy. So that's something if you keep with yourself. If you keep on thinking that I'm the only one who can make myself happy, you will look at life totally differently. And also think about, see, we want other people to make us happy. We want our spouse to make us happy, our children to make us happy, our parents to make us happy, or our colleagues to make us happy. But why give other people that privilege? Happiness is your privilege, not nobody else's. It's your privilege to give. So don't give that privilege to anybody. Take that upon yourself. See, it's amazing when you take control of your happiness, how much more happier you are. And I've been there where I relied on other people for being happy. And then I switched my thoughts, switched everything. And I live by the mantra that my happiness is my privilege and nobody else is going to take it. And it's changed my life since then. See, one of the biggest lessons I learned in life, and it took me a long time to learn this, that we all have an internal battle we're fighting. All of us. See, people who have money, they're fighting internal battle. People who don't have money, they're fighting battle. People are fighting battles about their health, about their family. We all have a battle we are fighting. And let me just quote Bob Marley here. Every man thinks that his burden is the heaviest. And that's true. No matter who you talk to, in their mind, their problems are the biggest. And if we were, in general, all empathetic, that listen, I'm going through a lot, but I know you're going through a lot, my fellow person. Think about that. If you start thinking that way, that other people are also fighting battles. And I used to think for the longest time that I'm the only one who was messed up. I was the only one who had these thoughts. I was the only one who was not happy. But once I looked closely, what I observed? We all are fighting a battle. Everybody. See, everybody puts this facade on there. I feel everybody has bipolar personality. There's this true self that they have hidden outside this fake exterior. All of us. Because there's a story that came out about somebody that I thought, oh, dude, this person's just perfect. They got their stuff together. And then I learned they're just as messed up. They have anxieties, they have depressions, they're unhappy. That changed my perspective on life. Because I realized we all have internal battles we're fighting. And if we keep that in mind, that everybody that you know is fighting a battle, you'll be amazed on how much more you're happy because then you're not alone. And if you help other people, see, one of the greatest source of my happiness is helping other people. That's how I get my happiness. Because when I help other people, I feel good. I feel productive. I feel like, all right, I'm helping my fellow man or woman. And it makes me feel good. See, everybody's going to have different ways they're going to be happy. But keep in mind, it's all about internal. It's not external. So you can buy the next car. You can buy the next Lamborghini. You can buy the next $1 million house. It's going to make you temporarily happy. But it's never going to make you internally happy. Because what's going to happen the moment you buy it, your sights are going to go to the next goal. And you're going to forget all about the journey. So happiness is something that's internal. It's about taking a journey. So you have to find what makes you happy. Now, the third thing I want to talk to you about, my litmus test. Now, this is my litmus test that I take each and every day because what happens is our mind is like a garden. The weeds are going to keep coming back. That's just the default nature of it. But if you have certain systems in place, you can cut off those weeds. You can get rid of them and you can keep on, putting good flowers in. So my litmus test, and I do this a lot, is I actually learned this thing that I tell myself every day from a book called Tuesdays with Morrie, written by someone that was actually dealing with it. And this was somebody who was suffering from ALS, and they were dying. They knew they were dying, but the amazing thing was they were happier. And one of the things that stuck with me in that book was, would I worry about this? Would I care about this if I was dying tomorrow? Think about it. Think about the 3 problems you have in your life right now. Think about it. And if you were dying tomorrow, would you be that worried? Would you be that stressed? You won't be. 99.9% of the problems, you won't be that much stressed. And if you look at it that way, that, listen, my time is limited. Every second I'm wasting thinking about this nonsensical problem, I am wasting my life away. And would you worry about it if you were dying tomorrow? Now, the second thing is a lot of times we have worries. We all have worries, right? Financial worries, family worries, career worries, doesn't matter. We all have worries. But in my experience, the worries you have are usually 10 times less worse than you think they are. If you just apply the negative 10x rule into every worry you have, you'll be amazed how much happier you are. Because there were so many things that happened to me recently, and I told myself it's negative 10x. It's negative 10x. Then brought my anxiety level from a 10 to a 2. Then I was like, oh, would I be worried about it if I was dying tomorrow? No. 1x. Not a big deal. You know what I mean? It's not a big deal. 99% of worries are not a big deal. Think about that. And the third thing that I apply to everything is, see, we humans have a tendency of exploding our worries. A little thing becomes a huge thing because that's what your brain is, designed to do. It's used to make threats bigger so you survive. But I apply this rule a lot where I only focus on the solutions. See, if I keep on thinking about the worry, that's too much processing power being used. But what if I just focus on the solutions? Get a pen and paper, write down 10 solutions, and that's the only thing I'm going to focus on. That's it. The worry is something that I can't control, but the solution is something I can. And a lot of times that helps me get through. So let's just do a quick recap. Happiness is something internal. Nobody can make you happy. They can make you smile. It's your thoughts that make you happy, right? Try the litmus test. So what I want to give you is some action steps you can take each and every day to make you a little happier. See, I got a flashcard and put it on my table right here. And you know what it says? Happiness is my privilege to give. Because what happens is you're going to listen to this video and then life's going to take on and you're going to forget about it. But if you write it down in front of you each and every day, it becomes your identity. You read it out loud each and every day. It becomes your identity. So get a flashcard and write on it. Happiness is my privilege. I make myself happy. Write it down. Look at it every day. If you look at it every day, you'll be amazed because that becomes your identity. And there's one thing I know that I've learned is we stick with our identity no matter what. So once it becomes your identity, you will stick with it no matter what, how hard or how easy it is. And then start focusing yourself. Start spending time on yourself because you yourself, ladies and gentlemen, are a full-time project. So you might have a spouse, you might have kids, you might have family, but you, my friend, are a full-time project by yourself. So don't take too many projects. Focus on yourself. Focus on changing your thoughts. See, it's so amazing that I didn't used to believe that our thoughts matter. I used to believe I'm the only one with crazy thoughts. I'm the only one with repetitive thoughts. But it's amazing. We all are the same way. We all have repetitive thoughts. We all have those weird thoughts that make us, have anxiety and depression. But once you start changing your thoughts, it doesn't happen overnight. See, the negative thoughts, didn't give you immediate feedback. It took a while. Same goes with positive thoughts. It takes time. But over time, you'll be amazed how when things happen to you, your thoughts are changed and you look at things differently. So, and I live by the mantra that when you look at things differently, the things you look at change. And it's amazing when you actually apply it, how easy your life can be. Because we make our lives harder than it should be. Because, that's what we humans are designed to do. We make things worse than they should be. But think about that. See, it's your right to be happy. Think about changing your thoughts. Think about changing your identity from a depressed person to a happy person. And listen, we live in the 21st century. We have access to modern medicine. Get access to modern. If you think you're severely depressed, if you think there's something going on, get yourself tested. Get your hormones tested. Get on initial medication. Get your chemicals right. Get your thoughts right. Get your body right. Once you get all those things right, you'll be amazed how much more happier you are. I want to leave the link to the mind map on the link below. Check it out. I think mind maps are great. They've helped me a lot. And I'm going to see you in the next video.